Ladies and gentlemen, here we are back on track one of the Bont Invitational. My name is Melodrama.
And I am the Big Kahuna. Here we are with a great bout for your viewing pleasure this afternoon. A lot of good bouts going on in Bont Invitational so far. We've got Convict City Rollers taking on San Fernando Valley. They're not local.
I think they're a little north of us. North and east. Or maybe west.
Where do we get that from? That's not this game.
Excuse me, Colonel. Are you able to give us one of those? Team numbers and shit?
Do you have any of these things?
Isn't it?
Not upside down?
Hey, I'm Loki. I'm the alt ref. I've worked with you before.
You go way back.
Loki. The gotta miss you.
Quick reading of our team list for
Play when they have official reviews and stuff. Excellent. Yeah, so we can let's hang out with the masses. Okay. I'll be here all weekend. Excellent. I'm hilarious.
I don't even know what teams they are.
One's from California.
San Fernando Valley? San Fernando Valley jamming with intensity. No. And Shredgrave mushing up the back there, unable to get past San Fernando's blockers. There is certainly a lot of action happening there. Lots of feet stomping away. Shredgrave taking the inside line, and she is through for her initial pass. In the meantime, San Fernando, our lead jammer. Irate Kate urging her team on. Convict City Rollers chanting that shit out. I didn't say shit on the microphone, just ended it. I'm so sleep deprived.
I'm 16 hours in the future.
That's excellent. Where are you from?
New York.
Good for you.
I worked really hard at being that way.
Oh, good for you. San Fernando Valley out in front. San Fernando Valley, I don't know. She's got a thing on. What's the dude from 010? And Big Kuna, we should probably tell people who is on the track right now. From San Fernando Valley, we have Ruby Revenge, Jams Dean, Tokyo Takeout, Kilo Kitty, Maya Prerogative, Sassy Stone, Lethalicious Assassin, Ivana Aspankin, Atomic, Fearless Bueller, Death Block, Cleo Passia, Saturday Night Special, Legacy, Razor Slut, Rebellious Moose, Twiggy Bones, Mini Murderface, and Trish the Dish.
And the next break in between the action, we'll tell you who's lining up for Convict City from Hobart. But jamming right now for the women in orange from Hobart. Convict City is Slam Tell. Still held up in the pack. Initial pass. Jamming for San Fernando Valley. Atomic. She's got lead jammer status. Already completed a couple of scoring passes. Slam Tell now out. And Atomic puts hands on hips and calls it off. So Ruby Rehab lining up for Convict City now. San Fernando Valley out to a quick lead, 12 points to 0 after a couple.
Kilo Kitty jamming for San Fernando Valley. She's caught behind a wall of convicts.
Convict City lead jammer status awarded.
Scoring some points and calling that jam off. Very proud of herself with 4 big points against San Fernando Valley. That is an excellent effort from Rehab.
So Convict City on the board now, 12 plays 4.
Twiggy Bones jamming for San Fernando Valley. Convict City using an anonymous jammer there. Big Kahuna, of course, the rules compelling players to show us their number, but not compelling players to not hide their number with their hair.
Yeah, long hair, not a friend for Derby announcers. But that was Brannicky. Managed to catch a glimpse of it as she skated around for Convict City.
Atomic back on the jammer line for San Fernando. And she is up against.
So Atomic is skating up against Pickersgill for Convict City.
Pickersgill trying to mush up against Atomic. That tactic not working for her. She is caught behind a big wall of San Fernando.
Convict City hitting Atomic out, dragging her all the way back and setting the table for Pickersgill to take advantage. Still held up in the pack. Strong defense from both teams.
Big Kahuna, both teams operating with a great deal of intensity. And we've got our first visitor to the penalty box from San Fernando Valley.
So Vanna Spankin in the box at the moment. Atomic is out and jamming, but Pickersgill calling it off after picking up 5.
And just a reminder, those of you who did not know, Bont will make you lighter, stronger, and faster.
So it's Kilo Kitty jamming once again for San Fernando Valley.
She's gone through the middle there, making it look easy with the duck and cover. She's lead jammer for San Fernando.
So Slamtail now out of the pack. Kilo Kitty realizing, calling it off, showing some good track awareness, picking up the 4 points and ending that jam. 16 plays 8, 23 minutes left in this first half.
Crack is on the jammer line for Convict City. Convict City, of course, from Hobart. Australia's own very special island. And Twiggy Bones on the jammer line for San Fernando Valley. Not a part of Australia and not an island.
USA's island.
But that's like Ireland rather than Ireland. Referees calling an official timeout. They can take as much time as they want. They, of course, have a wardrobe malfunction. Now, Big Kahuna, I didn't see any nipples there, but I do see someone fixing up a wheel.
Of course, this tournament, the Bont Invitational, is brought to you by Bont with Roller Derby Australia, Newcastle Roller Derby League and Sydney Roller Derby League. Bont, lighter, stronger, faster. I know I could definitely use the first one a lot more.
You're bright enough as it is, Kahuna.
Big Kahuna brand is, of course, heavier, weaker, slower. Twiggy Bones pushing hard at the front of that Convict City pack, looking for a gap, not finding it.
Crack managing to break loose of San Fernando Valley, but being forced off the track there. Number 38 from San Fernando, Saturday night special, causing her to go all the way back to track.
So Twiggy Bones on a scoring pass already, picking up 5, But no, actually picking up a track cut for her efforts. Power Jam here to Convict City. No lead jammer. This will go the full 2 minutes.
Convict City taking their time, mashing their way through that wall, making it look terribly easy there for 5 big points. Convict City muscling their way through again. 5 more points. Crack putting a big dent in the scoreboard there.
Yeah, so Crack having a hell of a jam here. Racking up points in bunches with no lead jammer. Points are on offer.
And San Fernando Valley with the pack disadvantage there with one of their blockers sent off to the penalty box. However, we see a track cut forced on Crack.
So Power Jam now to Twiggy Bones with only a few seconds left in the jam. She gets through for a scoring pass. And not enough time to complete another. But with Crack not making to the penalty box before the end of the jam, San Fernando Valley will have a full 30-second Power Jam to start this next one. And Atomic steps up to the crease with those honors. Looking to take back the lead that Convict City just grabbed in that last jam. 16 plays 22, Convict City's way. 20 minutes left in the first.
Argy-bargy already before the whistle starting. Both teams trying to vie for that valuable spot on the pivot line. Convict City pivot sent to the penalty box for a track cut. Referees, of course, having to work hard here with a fast-paced track.
A couple of Convict City rollers on their way to the box. Shredgrave and Alabama Hurley, they take a seat in the box. Depleted pack for CCR, pack advantage to San Fernando. They're also joined by another block, of course. Full box for Convict City. Sent back onto the track is Slantel, so she's in queue for the box. And with that jam, San Fernando Valley bring it back to 1 point. 21 plays 22. It doesn't get much closer than this.
And of course, San Fernando setting up their jammer, Kilo Kitty. Convict City without a jammer for this jam. Kilo Kitty will be able to score all of the points for the next 30 seconds. She wastes no time about it.
It's a 4-2 pack advantage to San Fernando Valley with a power jam as well. And Killer Kitty hit that wall with speed, getting through for lead jammer status. Now on a scoring pass and picking up 5 points in that pass.
And Crack leaving the penalty box, taking the chair with her, but avoiding any penalty. Instead, she gets forced off the track on the inside, having to rejoin behind the pack. And then in the meantime, Kilo Kitty goes around, scores another 4-point pass.
Crack called for a track cut. She's on her way to the box. Believe that the blocker had gone out at the same time, but she'll sit in the penalty box regardless. 5 more points for San Fernando Valley.
Like I can't even. Killer Kitty doing it the hard way. She just mushes through the blockers, through for another 5 points. I like those shorts.
Twiggy Bones with the star for San Fernando Valley. Pickersgill jamming now for Convict City. Pickersgill out, Notley jammer. That belongs to Twiggy Bones. Twiggy in the middle of the pack now, looking for points and finding a few. Getting the signal to call it off.
Convict City calls a timeout there.
Timeout called by Convict City Rollers, wanting to stem the tide that has been San Fernando Valley in the last couple of jams. 59 plays 22, 16 minutes left in the first half of this action from the Bont Invitational. We want to send a big thank you to our sponsors, Roller Derby Heaven and Bolters. Big thank yous to Spank Alley and Sports Clinic, Physiotherapy and Injury Management, Scion, Newcastle Entertainment Centre, the officials, and of course all the volunteers. Thank you to our international guests and coaches. We got the New York Shock Exchange. They're from New York, funnily enough. San Fernando Valley playing today right now.
I think they're from San Fernando.
They are from the San Fernando Valley. Kelly Rolling Rainbow, Auckland Roller Derby, Tracy Disco Acres.
Not Ackers.
Acres.
Doesn't matter if you're Australian.
Scald Eagle, Stephanie Beatty, and Mr. Fury.
And just now, Big Kahuna in the lunchroom. I did notice that Disco Acres was quite excited to be sitting near me, fangirling out. It can happen, ladies and gents. Ruby Rehab jamming for Convict City after having that breather of the timeout, hopefully pushing the reset button.
Atomic with the star for San Fernando Valley. Bust through for lead jammer status by turn number one. San Fernando really putting on the pressure in the last few jams.
San Fernando calling that jam off. Atomic scoring 2 points and denying Convict City any points.
So lead jammer with Brannicky. Brannicky gets through, calls it off. Strong jam there from Convict City. Closing the margin on the scoreboard. 31 separating them right now. Twiggy Bones stepping up to the line for San Fernando, looking to continue her success in recent jams. Slam tail with the star now for Convict City. So Atomic with the star once again for San Fernando Valley. Shredgrave jamming for the first time today for Convict City.
Convict City falling a little further behind than they were initially.
Atomic called for a track cut on her way through. Lead jammer status and a power jam to Vanessa Shredgrave and the Convict City Rollers. And Shredgrave now picking up a back block. So they will swap places in the penalty box. Reverse power jam back to San Fernando Valley. Of course, no lead jammer. This jam will go the full 2 minutes. Atomic back on the track, communicating to a team. Pickersgill dropping the shoulder and introducing herself to Atomic there. And strong defense from Convict City, forcing the track cut. Atomic back in the box. Shredgrave now on the track. She's hit to the inside. Lots of trouble on that inside line in this jam. Brannicky the same from San Fernando Valley.
Shredgrave copying an absolute beating there. The pinball action of San Fernando Valley. 5 points, though, to Convict City.
Yeah, more points on offer as this jam will come to its natural conclusion. Atomic back on the track. Both jammers caught up in those respective packs. A big hit on Atomic. Spinning around, right round, baby, right round to the ground. And 5 points for Shredgrave and the Convict City Rollers.
Timeout called by San Fernando Valley, which gives us a great opportunity to remind you that the Bont Invitational is brought to you by Bont with Roller Derby Australia, Newcastle Roller Derby League and Sydney Roller Derby League. Don't forget to go to the merchandise area and check out all of the goodies to buy. If you haven't brought money to this invitational, come and see me. I have a few spare credit cards that I found on the bus the other day. Kilo Kitty back up for San Fernando Valley. San Fernando Valley in the dark blue. Convict City in the orange. Ruby Rehab jamming for Convict City. Rehab trying to charge her way through, but San Fernando, Kilo Kitty, through for lead jammer. Kilo Kitty barging her way past there. Lots of calls of ooh from the crowd, questioning whether or not that was an elbow, but she gets 5 points all the same.
The Killer Kitty making a presence known as she leaves that pack for 5 points.
Ruby Rehab hot on her tail though, forcing Kilo Kitty to call that jam off before any more points could be scored. And Big Kahuna, it is a blistering hot day outside. The air conditioning is on, of course, here at Newcastle Entertainment Centre. However, if you're going to skate around at that pace, you're going to get pretty hot and tired pretty quickly.
Yeah, I believe it is a blistering 34, 33 degrees outside, which if you're listening to the stream in San Fernando Valley, that's Celsius. It's not freezing cold outside. It's actually really hot.
Yes, it doesn't tend to snow in Newcastle. Pickersgill caught behind a very tough wall that just keeps reforming San Fernando Valley, a little bit like Terminator 2. That would be the T1000, in fact. And she is being sent off for a back block. That gives Twiggy Bones all of the opportunities here to score the points. She adds 5 points to their score. Twiggy through for another 5. She's making it look terribly, terribly easy. I suspect it's more skill than that. Both packs slowing it down. That looked like a bit of a coat hanger. And of course, referees seeing it as a high block. Let's squeeze off to the penalty box for Convict City. Twiggy dodging the blockers. And she calls that jam off.
So the matchup you're seeing here today, obviously these teams, two teams have never played each other before, but Convict City, recent WFTDA Apprentice League status obtained, playing up against San Fernando Valley, currently ranked 115 in WFTDA rankings.
Atomic caught behind the triangular wall of blockers from Convict City, needing some assistance from one of her blockers.
It's strong from walls from both teams, keeping jammers at bay. No one finding success yet. In fact, Atomic dragged all the way to the back. Crack now out, looking for the signal. There it is, lead jammer status awarded.
She's a happy jammer.
Oh, big hit. Atomic running square into Slam Tell, and Slam Tell introducing Atomic to the hard concrete floor here at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre.
Yes, indeed, and recycling her to the very, very back of the pack.
Four points awarded to Convict City. And Slam Tell and Ruby Rehab doing a hell of a job of keeping Atomic at bay, but only for so long. Atomic through now. She picks up 4 points for her efforts.
And Convict City Crack calling it off. San Fernando Valley managing to score 4 before that final whistle. Scoreboard reads San Fernando Valley 86 against Convict City 48, with just over 6 minutes left of this first half.
Brannicky pulling on the jammer star now for the Convicts. Kilo Kitty jamming for San Fernando Valley and finding lead jammer status at turn 1. Kilo Kitty now out on a scoring pass. Brannicky out. She's giving chase. A bit of room to make up for Brannicky. San Fernando Valley back of the pack. Kilo Kitty, midst of her scoring, grabs a couple and calls it off.
Convict City being called for a late forearm block. Bench coach Irate Kate is living up to her name. She does not think that was a good call, but that doesn't matter, Big Kahuna. San Fernando Valley with the power jam.
The Twiggy Bones power jam to San Fernando Valley, and an opportunity here to extend their lead. Twiggy Bones pushing hard against that Convict wall and looking for a gap, finding none. Push to the inside, drag to the back. Convict doing a good job on the soul crush there.
Ruby Rehab doing a fantastic job, giving Twiggy Bones a very hard time there in the back of the pack. Okay.
So Brannicky back on and picking up a track cut. She sits down. Power Jam continues for San Fernando Valley until the pivots. The star was passed and she sat down in the penalty box now. Jammer in, Jammer out. Brannicky back on track. Keeping us on our toes here, Melodrama. These jammers. And another back block for Brannicky.
Indeed, Convict City doing it tough, needing to take a bit of a deep breath, getting caught up in the hype of playing San Fernando Valley. Trish the Dish playing it cool for San Fernando Valley. She's trying to muscle her way through the inside line. Has to go to the outside line to get clear of the pack.
So Trish the Dish picking up 5 points.
Trish the
Trish
Dish.
hit to the outside. Convict City bring her back.
Trish is through for another 5-point pass, adding to San Fernando Valley's score. 98 playing 48.
A jam going the full 2 minutes, not before another 5 points were added in that last pass for Trish the Dish. San Fernando Valley taking a 50-point lead now. 3 minutes left in this first half. Kilo Kitty stepping up to the line, up against Ella Squeeze for Convict City.
Kilo Kitty coming from a hunch down start. Ella Squeeze caught behind San Fernando right at the back of the pack there. There's a lot of jostling going on. She's been forced off the track. And in the meantime, Kilo Kitty called for a forearm, questioning the referee.
So lead to Ella Squeeze and a power jam for Convict City as we enter the final 2 minutes of this first half. A big chance here to chip away at the lead San Fernando Valley has built up. Ella Squeeze getting squeezed by these San Fernando blockers right now. Not finding any luck at the moment.
And 30 seconds going very, very quickly there. Bringing Kilo Kitty back to the track, jamming for San Fernando Valley. Ella Squeeze is the lead jammer. She gets the option to call the jam off whenever she likes.
So Ella Squeeze getting through for another 5 points. Killer Kitty still an initial pass, getting dragged to the back. And a strong jam there from Convict City. Taking full advantage of that power jam. 10 points wiped off the score of San Fernando Valley. One more jam to go in this first half of action from the Bont Invitational. Day one here, plenty of action still to come. And one more jam in this half.
Convict City sending out gonads to jam in this last jam of first half. Twiggy Bones ready to jam for San Fernando Valley. However, someone called a timeout. I know it wasn't me, Big Kahuna. Was it you?
So not one more jam. That was it. Going into half-time, 98 plays 58. San Fernando Valley in control of this one.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench! Put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arm!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband's second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley!
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
And both teams are back. We're getting a gear check. 1 minute to go for this halftime break. It's a good opportunity for us to actually tell you who the different players are on the teams. Convict City Rollers have the Chuggernaut, Slamtel, Pickersgill, Ruby Rehab, Crack, Brannicky, Vanessa Shredgrave, Gonads, Holly Hipkiss, Vina Carver, Alabama Hurley, Ella Squeeze, Hazardous Curves, Pepper Shaker, Toaster, Booty Stompson, Becky Thump, Miss Millie, Buster Briggs, and on the bench, Irate Kate and Red Hacksaw.
Now, you mentioned Vina Carver, Mel. Vina Carver, unfortunately, out of this tournament. She dislocated her shoulder at training this week, right before heading over to Sydney from Hobart. Big shout out to Bob DeQuickly for providing some detailed insight of our sisters from Tasmania. Vina Carver, hope you're watching from home.
Yep, those two people up in the stands there love you, Vina. Oh no, there's about 6 of them. Oh, okay, now they're all jumping on board. Kilo Kitty jamming for San Fernando Valley.
Now, this might be the best name for an announcer ever for Convict City. Go Nads! Go Nads!
On the inside. Gonads on the inside. Now on the outside. Shows you how easy it is.
Kilo Kitty lead jammer. Gonads is out now. Gonads!
Killer Kitty calling that jam off after adding 4 points to San Fernando Valley's total. San Fernando Valley, a long way from home. They bring to us Ruby Revenge, Jams Dean, Tokyo Takeout, Kilo Kitty, Maya Prerogative, Sassy Stone, Lethalicious, Assassin, Ivana Spanking, Atomic Fearless Bueller, Deathblock, Cleo Passia, Saturday Night Special, Legacy, Razor Slut, Rebellious Moose, Twiggy Bones, Mimi Murderface, and Trish the Dish.
Shredgrave jamming for Convict City in a power jam now.
Yes,
as
indeed.
San Fernando Valley, Twiggy Bones jammer for San Fernando Valley on her way to the box for a track cut.
Someone just yelled out, skate for chocolate. I am getting some skates on very, very shortly.
So Vanessa Shredgrave completing her first scoring pass, 5 points on the board for the Convicts. Power jam 2, Convict City Rollers in orange. Big hit to the inside, Vanessa Shredgrave to the back.
San Fernando using their good communication there amongst the blockers to make sure they're on the right side. Twiggy Bones, a big apex jump as she returns to the track. Not rewarded with any points though. The score on the board, San Fernando Valley 102 playing Convict City Rollers 68. Ruby Rehab in the orange, jamming for Convict City. She's up against the Atomic from San Fernando Valley. Officials calling a timeout there. Good opportunity to say thank you to Spank Alley Sports Clinic. They are physiotherapists and injury management people. Thank you also to Skian and the Newcastle Entertainment Centre. And of course, a very, very big thank you to all of the officials, skating and non-skating, as well as all of the volunteers.
Ruby Rehab jamming for Convict City, forced to the inside. And San Fernando Valley making sure she has a long way back around.
Convict City thinking they had knocked Atomic off the track, but had not. She manages to break away and gets lead jammer.
Atomic getting through hop, skip, and a jump for 5-point pass. Ruby Rehab finally finding her way through. She's on a scoring pass, and Atomic, it gets through for another 4 and calls it off.
Killer Kitty is up against Crack. Crack bringing a champ to the track.
Crack jamming now for Convict City, recently named co-coach of the Wizards of Oz next squad, along with Tui Lion of the RDL. So a lot of knowledge in that helmet of Crack with the Jammer Star on it right now.
No pack called, allowing the Jammers to get through. San Fernando Valley blocking out of play and getting a 30-second stint in the penalty box for their trouble.
Pickersgill makes her way to the boxes. Kilo Kitty getting through for a 5-point pass. Crack now out of the pack. She's looking for points. Alabama Hurley provides reinforcements to Convict City Wall, and Kilo Kitty calling it off. Strong there from Kitty and San Fernando Valley. 117 plays 68, 25 minutes left.
Vanessa Shredgrave on the jammer line for Convict City. She's up against Twiggy Bones from San Fernando Valley. Convict City facing Twiggy Bones. Ruby Rehab giving her lots of opportunities. Twiggy Bones is through and is lead jammer for San Fernando.
So Twiggy Bones sent to the outside from a big hit from Slam Tail. Gets the signal from the bench crew, calls it off.
Lots of assistance given by the bench for San Fernando Valley there. Some benches choose to go zen, other benches choose to go with volume. Kilo Kitty, the only jammer. Using one leg, balancing like a ballerina. She is through with lead jammer status in a power jam. That gives her all of the options as she hits the pack. And with Vanessa Shredgrave joining her on the track there. Shredgrave also on one skate, getting led off there by an out-of-pack block from San Fernando Valley. Not worth any points though. While San Fernando Valley add 5 for that pass.
Atomic jamming for San Fernando Valley. Brannicky jumps out in front but picks up a track cut. She's on her way to the box. Power jam now to San Fernando Valley. Atomic out, lead jammer status awarded. So Atomic with 30 seconds here to have her way with the Convict City wall. Convict City providing some good resistance right now. Strong wall, backwards blocking, bracing, keeping her at bay. Forcing the call off. Some strong defense there, and it's Convict City, love it. Pickersgill, Slam Tail, doing some great work out there.
Sorry, what I meant to say was you all talk funny.
So Crack now with lead jammer status for Convict City. Twiggy Bones out and giving chase. Convict City set up at the back. Crack fighting way through. Fancy feed and calls it off. Four points for Crack and Convicts in that jam. 0 points for San Fernando Valley.
And with 20 minutes left on this second half, San Fernando Valley 137 leads from Convict City's 72.
So Convicts wanting a few more of those nice clean 4-0 jams. Brannicky now with the star, looking to continue the success from Crack in that last one. Kilo Kitty finding a lot of points in this game so far, looking for a few more in this one. And Brannicky out, lead jammer for Convict City.
Bits of
Kilo
Brannicky
Kid-
falling off onto the track there. She's forced off the track and behind the pack. In the meantime, Kilo Kitty still trying to complete her initial pass.
Brannicky out for 5-point pass, lapping Kilo Kitty. Kitty now out on her scoring pass. Trish the Dish on her way to the box. She'll be joined by Slam Tail. Depleted packs to start the next one. Big jam there from Brannicky. 3 more points in a final pass.
Yep. Yep, but they went past, so that's fine. And I like this one. 6 points for the pass. I don't understand how you can do that, but...
Vanessa Shredgrave, lead jammer status for the Convicts. Atomic, she's out as well. Can the Convicts limit it to 1 pass? Vanessa Shredgrave showing left, juking right, and picking up 4. Strong jam from Shreddy. 137 plays 84 now. Twiggy Bones pushing way through on the inside line for lead jammer status. San Fernando Valley. Pickersgill, she's got one to beat in Trish the Dish and negotiates that final piece well. She's on a scoring pass.
San Fernando Valley trying to catch the bunny there, but having to yield to the no pack situation. Ivana Spanking donning the jammer panty, I believe for the first time in this game, Big Kahuna.
And she's jamming up against Ruby Rehab for Convict City. Ruby Rehab, one of the many girls here today sporting Bont skates at the Bont Invitational.
And that explains why Ruby is actually lighter, stronger, and faster.
As opposed to heavier, weaker, slower, which is what my skates would be.
Ivana unable to score any points there. Convict City creeping up to San Fernando Valley with more than 15 minutes left in this game. They are definitely still in with a chance.
Killer Kitty jamming again for San Fernando Valley. Slam Tell with the honors now for Convict City. And Kitty finding her way around the outside, round the outside. She's got lead jammer status for San Fernando Valley. Slam Tell out on her scoring pass. Four points to Killer Kitty, calling it off with her hands on hips. 15 minutes left in the second half. 144 plays 88.
Ivana Spanking back on the jam line for San Fernando Valley. She's up against Crack from Convict City. Little hand holding happening between jammers. That's what we like to see.
So Crack dragged all the way back to the jammer line from some strong defense. San Fernando Valley. Ivana Spankin is lead jammer for San Fernando Valley. She gets through for a 5-point pass. Track cut called for Crack. And the crowd doesn't like it. Going crazy out there. Ivana Spank, another 5-point pass. Power jam now to San Fernando Valley also. No pack called. Convict City forced to let Ivana go for another 5 points.
Indeed, and Big Kahuna, Ivana Spanking, one of the many players from America whose hand I would like to hold. It's great to see her on the track here today, paddling her way through on the inside line for another 5 points.
Depleted packs from both sides, but Convict City and San Fernando Valley both getting some reinforcements out of the box now. Crack is on the track. She's trying to make her her initial pass complete, but Ivana Spankin picks up a forearm call. She's on the way to the box right as that jam came to a close. So Convict City will start with a power jam in this next one. Timeout called by Convict City. So with 12 and a half minutes left, 164 San Fernando Valley, 88 Convict City. And a big thank you to our vendors here this over the weekend as well. Bont, Spank Alley, Rydell, and Roller Derby Heaven. These are the businesses that are supporting roller derby, so support the businesses that support us.
Indeed, Big Kahuna, because if there's one thing that's important to athletes, and that is athletic supporters.
So a wave just went across the crowd there. There it is, one of the biggest waves we've ever seen. Calm down, people. There's going to be a riot. Everyone needs to just relax for a bit.
This is the biggest members stand I've ever seen at a sports ground.
Calm, controlled waves are good. And it goes up, the Shock Exchange, enjoying their trip to Australia. Vanessa Shredgrave.
I just had a Scandinavian stare at me like she'd never seen a Mexican wave.
I think it's just the wave now. You don't want to label it any particular.
What are you talking about?
Well, in Australia, we
I don't want to hear you talk about it.
I don't know why. I don't know why. It just is.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, they may be naked, but the Scandinavians do not know a Mexican wave.
It's just the wave now. It's 2015.
I don't want to talk about
It
it.
doesn't have to be labeled as any particular country's wave.
Shredgrave ignores all of our commentary silliness and makes her way through for a 5-point pass. Ivana Spankin having a hard time. Those legs would be burning right about now. And for our international consultant, Diesel Doris, I am told that sitting on someone is an American thing. Bear that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear the San Fernando Valley women yelling out, sit on her, it is in fact an American thing. Thank you very much to our international consultant, Diesel Doris.
That, of course, did come from our commentator official here who clarifies all the rules and everything, including terminology like sit on her.
I think it's quite effective having an international consultant team.
What rule is that referenced in? 13.1.2.3.4.8? Okay, good.
In the meantime, there is some derby going on. Gonads are out. Gonads on the inside, gonads on the outside, gonads everywhere. She is busting through the pack.
Twiggy Bones also having trouble with Convict City Wall at the back of this pack. Gonads out, lead jammer status. Gonads is lead jammer. Convict City. Twiggy Bones now out of the pack and stalking Gonads like prey. Gonads calls it off after picking up 3 points for Convict City.
And with 10 more minutes left on this bout, San Fernando Valley have 168 points against Convict City Rollers, 108 points. Certainly a very close game here, Big Kahuna.
Absolutely. Convict City making the world know that there is some strong derby in Australia, and it's from all parts of our land, including the Apple Isle that is Tasmania. Convict City from Hobart playing a 115 ranked Wooftada team here, San Fernando Valley, and earning their respect right now. Slam Tell is lead jabber for Convict City. Killer Kitty out on her scoring pass now. 4 points for Slam Tell. Communicating with her pack from the other side of the track. and calling it off before Kilo Kitty can pick up any for San Fernando Valley. Convict City lead jammer status once again awarded to Vanessa Shredgrave. Ivana Spanker now out of the pack. She's on a scoring pass. Ivana Spanker able to sneak in 2 points against the lead there.
And of course, commentary from Godzilla on the sidelines, able to be interpreted in many ways. Big Kahuna.
So 171 plays 112, 7.5 minutes left in this action. Live from Newcastle Entertainment Centre, hosted by Sydney Roller Derby League and of course your home team, Newcastle Roller Derby League. You know the thing about Newcastle Roller Derby League, Mel, is I never know where they are in a building. Whenever there's something going on, I'm never quite aware of where Newcastle Roller Derby League is. Whether they're in the hallways or whether they're in the grandstand maybe.
I can hear them cheering from the grandstands now, Big Kahuna.
I was trying to prompt it, didn't work.
Killer Kitty jamming for the San Fernando Valley. 6.5 minutes left in this game. Convict City with enough energy to be doing some chants. Shredgrave takes the opportunity to muscle her way into the pack.
Killer Kitty, last line of defense to get past, but she's already nabbed lead jammer status for San Fernando Valley. Vanessa Shredgrave still held up in that pack. Strong walls from San Fernando Valley.
No. You took it. Jammer's having a little spooning there on the track. Eventually, things being called off. 4 more points for San Fernando. 5 minutes left in the game. Convict City really bringing it to this game, Big Kahuna. San Fernando with the obvious advantage of experience.
San Fernando Valley coming all the way from the skinny bit of California in the middle there somewhere.
Did you get that off a geographer?
I did. A map smith.
Slamtel travels around as the lead jammer. She's looking to score some quick points and calls that jam off.
Slamtel gets through for 4 points. San Fernando Valley picking up 3 against the lead.
I believe that difference is 1 point for that jam.
So 189 plays 120 Difference on the board is, I won't say it because that's a very cheap announcer humor. Thank you.
And thank you
Just
to the
laid that one up for you. Here you go, silver platter.
Thank you to the referee crew, Marty Score Crazy, Vector, McFly, Hands Off Her Back, Slane, William Skate Spear, and Boom Tish.
So Crack skating along with Twiggy Bones. Twiggy Bones behind, but with lead jammer status. Takes over from Crack and sends it to the outside. Jammer on jammer action paying off for Twiggy Bones. Only 1 point for our efforts there. 0 points to Convict City.
Killer Kitty jamming up against Pickersgill.
Killer Kitty through on the inside, getting through for some points. Pickersgill now out on her scoring pass, and Killer Kitty calling it off, adding 5 to the tally. So San Fernando Valley edging ever so close to that 200-point mark. Killer Kitty looking exhausted, working hard today.
You were skating on the plane though, right?
Vanessa Shredgrave finds lead jammer status awaiting her. Convict City in control of this jam.
I'm going to assume it's too soon to make MH370 jokes.
Yes, I don't know how soon it will be, when it's going to be okay.
You give me the nod, Kahuna. You just give me the nod.
authority on it.
I'm happy to listen.
I thought you'd be more of the authority.
Ruby Rehab jamming for Convict City. She's up against Twiggy Bones. Both teams had to cross water to get here. Or as we like to say, they had to pass water to get here. Ruby Rehab finding the outside line. And she's lead jammer. Twiggy Bones with a pirouette makes her way through.
Ruby Rehab, she's looking for points, gets a couple and calls it off. Time for one more. Timeout called by Convict City before the game clock expires, so they'll get one more jam after this timeout.
They'll be hoping for an enormous power jam there. Convict City certainly bringing it to this bout, giving tremendous blocking skills, a great deal of courage from their jammers as well. The experience of the San Fernando players, they're paying off in the end. I think the mistake from Convict City was to not make San Fernando fly a little bit longer than they had to, just to get that jet lag happening.
Jet lag does not appear to be a factor today. It's a strong performance from San Fernando Valley. Killer Kitty said 27 hours on a plane, flying into the future.
And that was just taxiing at Sydney. Shredgrave on the jammer line for Convict City in this last jam for the game. She's up against Kilo Kitty.
It must be noted that Convict City flew from overseas as well, of course.
Of course. They speak even funnier than San Fernando people.
And people that don't know, Hobart is the valley of Australia.
Hobart Valley, we like to call it. Shredgrave,
Kilo
great deal of
Kitty.
determination. Killer Kitty makes it through on 1 foot, putting 4 more points on the scoreboard, calling the game off.
So Kilo Kitty showing some sweet moves there, calling it off and bringing the game to a close. Unofficial final score, 199 San Fernando Valley Roller Derby, 127 Convict City Rollers. The first of what will be many, or the second of what will be many international games here today. Auckland just played previously. We've got Finland Rainbow Rollers coming up. New York Shock Exchange will be playing. So many teams from around the world. Keep your eye on your YouTube channel, Bont Invitational. Still unofficial final score, but the teams are doing their congratulatory laps. And that's it. Head referee calls it to a close. 199 San Fernando Valley, 127 Convict City Rollers.
I think you're all good. No boogers. Oh, that probably went live. I'm sorry. This is Killer Kitty, captain of the San Fernando Valley Roller Derby League. Thank you so much for coming all the way here to Newcastle. How do you feel?
Tired. We basically were on a plane for 27 hours, and then we came here. We got here at like 1 a.m. And
1 a.m. this morning.
Yeah. So
You probably feel a little more tired than me. I'm only sorry that you've come all this way to Australia and you've landed in Newcastle.
I know, right? I was like, wait, we're leaving Sydney? Oh, where are we going? There's like all this like land here, but it's awesome. I love it here. It's great. Sorry,
It's all right. We can't understand a word you're saying anyway, so
I
it
know.
doesn't really matter. They'll just
Like,
edit
totally.
it out in the subtitles.
Totally
How much
very good.
longer are you staying here? Do you actually know these people behind you?
don't.
They're a bit
I can't
loutish,
take them
aren't they?
anywhere.
Apparently not.
We're convicts. We're from Tasmania.
Yeah, they're from far away too, I guess.
And how long are you going to be staying here?
We're gonna stay here till Wednesday.
And do you think that the jet lag factored into the way you guys played today?
Yeah, I think so. I'm super tired, so yeah.
You still seem to play quite well, really.
thank
so
you.
I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. Thank you so much for talking to us, Killer Kitty. Thank you so much for coming to the Bont Invitational.
For having us. Thank you so much.
And I have here with me Vanessa Shredgrave. Hang on. I have here with me Vanessa Shredgrave from the Convict City, which is Hobart. Not at all been to Wellington, Vanessa Shredgrave. Is that true that that rumour is in fact not a good rumour?
That is not true.
And do you
I'm
find...
Hobart born and bred.
All right then, well I'm sorry, but do you find that the cultural differences between there and here is something that you've had to adapt to rather quickly to be ready for the tournament?
Between Wellington, between America and Hobart.
Just between, you're in Newcastle now.
Oh, yes, we are in Newcastle. I used to live in Newcastle.
I'm so very sorry to hear that. Vanessa, surely you would be up for some sort of disadvantaged player scheme. Have you been playing roller derby for very long?
Since about 2010 when the Convicts were first formed.
I was expecting you to say since about 10 o'clock this morning, but that's okay. How do you think you went in the game?
I had to change my wheels in the warm-up and that was really scary, but then I got my really worn, chunked wheels on and I felt much more comfortable. I don't even know what they are.
Well, you certainly did bring a lot of courage to the track. That's the thing in the middle there. It was wonderful to watch you guys just really, do some really great positional blocking. You must be proud.
We're really proud. We've been training all summer. We haven't had a break, and Slam's going to buy me a chocolate milk now. I'm really happy about that.
And we do see here our new arrival, a Woofter apprentice. And that is terrific news for Australia and also for Hobart. I better let you go. They're doing photos and they're all staring at you right now. Thank you so much, Vanessa Shredgrave.
Thank you so much.